The Donegal Motor Club hosted the penultimate weekend of events in the 2015 Naylor Engineering National Hillclimb and Sprint Championships. The Donegal Hillclimb is generally the longest haul event for most hill climbers, and the atmosphere there is always something special. The spectacular vista of the Knockalla venue, where cars race from beside the beach to the shoulder of the mountain, all within view of the paddock, is unique in Irish motorsport. The drivers can view the entire course from the holding area at the top, means it is also often their only chance in the year to see their fellow competitors in action. This undoubtedly raises the blood pressure and pushes some to perform to the gallery. This doesn't always work out. The club had excellent facilities for paperwork scrutiny and for printing timesheets. There was a little bit of a delay in the morning, but once Dermot Nolan was ready, the event got off to a start. The hill climbers were finding the going a little bumpier than previous years. This prompted many to adjust their suspension, including Joe Courtney. Bumpy, is it?
Yeah, it is bumpy now.
The organisers had worked to keep the cars off the roughest of the ground, as illustrated here by model Ben O'Brien, who had a wardrobe malfunction earlier in the day. Ben, do you mind me asking what you're doing there?
No. Not tell you.
Have you?
I'm polishing some speed into my.
Have you a sticky zipper?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm polishing some speed into it.
Seamus Morris's car succumbed to the bumps on run 2 after setting a time good enough for third overall on Saturday, but then missed Sunday. Joe Courtney was able to claim the 2 wins with just 2 runs each day, saving his car for the final weekend in Wexford. Rory Stevens showed us how he keeps it together in the Radical SR8.
Technology at its best. McKinley Precision Engineering 2007.
That's circulating water through it there, Rory?
Yeah, preheats the coolant, so you heat the engine tomorrow.
He warmed up to claim 2 second places and keep the championship alive down to the final weekend. We found Grandad in his armchair on Sunday afternoon. Rory Stevens, you're relaxing halfway through the Sunday here in Knockalla.
Yes, enjoying the 10.5 minutes of Donegal sunshine between the showers, as usual. It's been a great weekend, and hopefully it'll stay dry for the next 2 runs.
You're in second place overall.
Yeah. And Joe Courtney has put his car in the trailer, knowing I'll never get near him. There's confidence. Yeah, no, second, very happy with that. Not as big as last year, but it's got an awful lot bumpier the hill, so it's everyone's slower than they were last year.
Can you tell us a little bit about your car?
It's a Radical SR8. We upgraded the engine to a 2.8 this year, and it's going better than it was last year. It's a 1-make series all over Europe. They race them. There's very few of them Hillclimb. But we changed things around. Simon worked on the car and he made it very good over bumps, as only he can do. And we've had great success with the car since Simon got his hands on it. It's really fun to drive. It's actually twice as heavy as some of the single-seaters, so it's never really going to be a first overall with me behind the wheel anyway. But it's different and it's great fun to drive.
In a sense, it probably gives you a lot of the speed, but with a bit more safety probably than a single-seater.
A little bit, yeah. It's very well put together. It's robust and there's a bit more area if you did have an unfortunate incident.
The engine is actually it's made out of two bike engines.
It's two Hayabusas. It's actually two 1400 Hayabusas now on a flat plane crank, and Radical make an in-house crank casing on a Quake sequential box with a pneumatic paddle, and it has about 425 brake horsepower at the flywheel.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, it goes really well.
Robert Bell cleared the stones from his tyres, but 4th and 3rd place weren't enough to hold on to the joint 2nd place he'd held with Rory after the Knoll.
Sitting toward at the minute.
Very nice.
So it'll be really good. Having the good weather now.
Right.
It's sticky.
The fight around 2nd place could get interesting between these two in Wexford. The tussle for saloon car supremacy between Éanna Carroll and Martin Tracy intensified in Donegal. Éanna had to make a very special arrangement to compete on Saturday, as he was on best man duty on Friday. Éanna Carroll, you've had an interesting day today, haven't you?
Yeah, actually, I shouldn't even be here. I was at a wedding last night in Galway, and I had Michael Mia bring the car up for me and put it through scrutiny, so I left this morning early and got here. It's my 2nd run, even though it's my 3rd run, but I had to do my first time run was my practice run, so I've just been equalled to the exact 0.00 of a second by Martin Tracy's equal, so now we're dead equal. So we'll have to...
And how close are you guys in the championship? It's only 2 points.
Very close,
or something.
2 points, yeah. We've been split by 0.03, 0.06, 0.05 for the last 2 hills. It's really close, and now it's dead equal. So I don't know what to say about this. And I've been doing this hill 6 years, and it's his 2nd run on the hill. So it doesn't look great for tomorrow, but we'll have to go for a spin and see what happens. That's all I can do.
Éanna just edged ahead of Martin on the final run on the first day. But as Carroll predicted, he had no answer to Tracy's pace on Sunday. With just 1 point between them now, this battle is going down to the wire. John Mahan was 2nd in Class 6 on Saturday, behind Robert Bell. And Thomas Corrie was 3rd. John Donnelly was 2nd on Sunday, with Catherine Donnelly 3rd, and fastest female over the weekend. Shane Bell and Thomas O'Rafferty were swapping times both days. It went in favour of Shane's Subaru on Saturday, and Thomas's Fiesta Sunday, with 7th overall each day. Willie McFadden was the fastest of the entertaining local rally drivers on Saturday, with 10th overall both days, winning Class 15 each time. Paul Reid just edged ahead of him on Sunday to win Class 16. James Stafford had won Class 16 on Saturday in his Darien, being shaken down for the Wexford Rally. Adrian Mulholland claimed 2 class wins in 14 with his immaculate black Escort Mark II. JP Logue held off some much more modern technology with his 93 Honda Civic in Class 13. Harry Brown picked up 2 Class 12 wins in his Hillman Avenger. James Grennan did the double with his Corsa in the up to 1450cc 16-valve class. while PJ Doyle did the same in the 8-valve class in a Peugeot 205. There are plenty of rally cars competing regularly within the Hillclimb classes too. Martin Flanagan gave us a tour of his glistening M3.
Yeah, home built, 2010, built it myself. Had the car, the shell for a good while, and someday I promised that I would build it. Eventually got around to it.
And you partnered an unusual engine with it. It's not the original type M3.
It's on the more modern E36 M3 engine.
And was that a difficult job to shoehorn that in?
No, it's reasonably straightforward. The wiring is takes a little bit of figuring out and sorting out, but other than that, everything is reasonably straightforward.
It actually fits. Did you have to modify bulkhead or anything like that?
No, bulkhead is still the same as it was. The only thing I had to do was the bowl on the normal E30 is on the back of the sump. The bowl on that particular engine is on the other side. So, but there is a sump that bolts to the engine that starts everything out for you.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's as neat. So it gives you probably kind of more reliable.
Yes, very.
Run less.
We call it cheap horsepower.
Yeah.
It's the bones of 290 horsepower, and it's virtually bomb-proof.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you're getting reliable fun.
Yeah, you get reliability out of it. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And how long were you building it for?
Built it over a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah. The battery is in the boot. The fuel tank is in the boot.
It's all in basically a safety cell.
Yeah, it's in a cell. Yeah.
Would that be like a foam filled tank?
That's a foam filled tank. It has inboard pump is in the tank as well. Electronic battery isolator is in the boot as well. Fuel filter is in the boot. But other than that, then everything else. That's actually a full size tank. That's 46 litre tanks because this car is actually a rally car.
Right.
It is logged as a rally car.
Yeah.
But it runs in 3B.
And have you used it as a rally car?
No, never used it as a rally car, and probably never will.
Yeah.
No.
The hill suits you?
Suits me. It's nice and tidy.
Yeah. It's a good weekend sport here. 2 days out.
I enjoy the hills now.
Yeah.
I really do enjoy the hills.
And how are you getting on this year in the championship?
Third in the championship so far, but that's normally the run of it. The competition in 3B is very, very, very severe. It's actually unusual to get a rally car up that far in 3B.
Yeah, like anything ahead of you has a turbo.
It's turbo or it's a half the weight, one or the other.
Yeah.
That car is 1140 kgs, has sump guard, it's rally ready.
Yeah.
Second seat, plumbed in fire extinguishers, the whole works. A lot of the lightweight Hillclimb cars do not have.
And was the Pro Drive M3 a dream car of yours?
Oh yeah, if I ever won the Lotto, I would be wanting that I'd buy it in the morning.
Yeah.
And probably wouldn't use it, go in the shed and go out and polish it every day.
Well, you're close to it here with this car.
Yeah.
Looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Third and fourth in the points in Donegal mean Martin maintains third in the 3B championship. Mark Carroll was in Donegal for the first time this weekend.
I popped my cherry. It's my first time up the hill ever. It's an epic place. It really, really is. I made a mistake though. I went up it on rally tyres on the back, and I just had wheel spin in all the gears, in all the corners, in all the hill. So I put Avon's now back on the back again, my old favourite.
I thought that's what you said was your plan all along.
Yeah, I know. We've been messing around with suspension setup and stuff on the car, and we thought that the X22s might work. They don't. So we'll give the Avons a go now for the practice, or for the first run, and we'll see how we get on.
Yeah, well, the sun is coming out, so
I know, it's just a fabulous place to be. I mean, even if you weren't driving a car, just sitting here having a burger watching the cars, it's just a fabulous, fabulous hill. If there was any hill that I wanted to do, this was it. You know, so I'm delighted to be here. It's great to see everybody here as well. We're having a great day.
the Rallycross Derived Starlet suffered a misfire on day 1, but he claimed second in 3B with it sorted on day 2. Peter McKinley in that famous Hillclimb Escort, which did see a rally stage once in Peter's hands, was second in 3B Saturday. But his rapid climb through the class rankings may have been halted by a suspected dropped valve on Sunday. Let's hope it can be sorted soon, as it means a lot to everyone to see this car out. Eddie Lyons crackled and banged his way to 3rd and 4th place in his Escort Cosworth. Class 3A illustrates how very different machinery can compete closely on hill climbs. John Kennedy was fastest on the first day in his Dax Rush from Vincent Deary. Deary then propelled his Nova to first place on the second day ahead of John. Jack Deegan was third in his Peugeot 205 and was as always enjoying competition from Pat Murphy in a similar car. In the Hillclimb Championship rally classes, Georgie Bell was pumped to continue his winning streak, claiming the Class 8 Championship with maximum points all the way. David Byrne in a Vauxhall Nova is now second in the class and has overtaken William Cecil's Peugeot 205 by 1 point after the Donegal rounds. Donny Lucy has stretched out a bit of a lead in Class 9 from the absent Thomas O'Rourke, but drop scores mean this battle is very much alive heading for the final rounds in Wexford on O'Rourke's home turf. Robert Swain is third in the class championship, having joined in late in the season. He was second on Sunday here with his Civic. John Whitley is a long-time hill climber, and this year it has all come good for him, driving the Formula Ford in Class 5.
John, have things gone your way this weekend?
Yeah, it's gone very well. I wrapped up the championship now today with a class win.
Oh, fair play. That's probably your best result ever, is it?
Never won a class all my years hill climbing. So
yeah, and you're hill climbing a good while, aren't you?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, you can playing that golf for years.
Yeah, but golf was never competitive, so finally got a car that's competitive in the class. So
how long is it now since you changed over to single seater?
Second year.
Yeah.
Last year I was second, so this year I won it. But
you must be delighted.
Delighted.
And
it's all ramped up now. I don't have to go do Wexford.
He had an ulterior motive in wrapping the season up early.
Yeah, because I'm going to the Rugby World Cup, so.
Well, you've earned it, well done.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, congratulations on a good season.
Gerard O'Connor made an appearance on Sunday to keep John honest. He'll be second in the class championship. The historic Class 4 once again featured a fascinating mix of machinery, both local and championship. Tony Canny told us about his car.
Yeah, 1935 Riley TT Sprite. It's a replica of the works car that they took to Le Mans, that Riley took to Le Mans in 1935-36 and did very well in it. So it's a 1498cc twin cam. It's got about 70 brake horsepower. And this is a special engine. It's a special head on it. It's got a cross flow head. It's called. It's quite a rare thing. And I've been putting together the parts for about 10 or 15 years to put it together. So it's got a pre-selector gearbox. I'm able to select the gear here, and not until I then press what we would call the clutch pedal in modern terms, but what they called back in the day the speed change pedal. Not until I press it is the gear then engaged. So it's fabulous for track racing or for hill climbing, because I can, when I learn the track or learn the hill, I can pre-select the gear for the next bit of the course. So
and then you just hit the pedal when you're ready.
The pedal, and it's there instantaneously.
That's fantastic.
And there's no delay. There's no. So it's a kind of a semi-automatic gearbox, if you like, in a way. Very modern in lots of ways. But they were used in a lot of the very fast racing cars in the era, the ERAs and what have you.
And you're saying this car is a replica?
Yeah, it's built to copy from all original parts put together. Particularly with Riley's, there's a tradition of building specials. It happened at the time in 1935 and 1936. There was guys going to the factory and getting last year's car, and they would reformulate it and remake it, and all through the years since the 30s the tradition goes on.
There's actually quite a lot of different eras of car stuck together in that historic class.
Well, we're the HRCA are all about trying to get people interested in the older machinery, and there aren't enough pre-war cars really for us to run on our own. So the HRCA encompasses everything from, I think it's 1974, but you'll have to speak to some of the elders in that regard to get it, but everything pre that. So we, as a collective, we come together and then we give each other's handicaps to take account of the slower machinery.
And that handicap is based on previous results, is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's based on three or four of your last results.
Tony was fourth on handicap Saturday. Seamus Heron was fastest on both scratch and handicap that day in an Escort Mark 1. Liam Ruth in an MG Midget took the Factored Award on the second day. Seamus Anderson was in a hurry to get back to the hotel on Sunday to watch the All-Ireland, flying the Kilkenny flag in style all weekend. Sean Murray drove his Lotus Elan to the event and told us a bit about best laid plans.
Sean Murray, you're competing in the Historics in your Lotus. You drove up?
That's right.
Very good. Did you come up yesterday?
I came up yesterday, yes. 267 miles from South Wexford.
That's very
I
impressive.
took the engine and gearbox out of the car last December. I was second last year in my class. I was third the year before. I was fourth the year before that. So I was all set for the big time this year. This is the first run I've made. So I'll be tail end Charlie.
You can drive the car on the road and then compete in it all weekend.
The car is road legal.
Yeah.
I've had it since 1985. I've had it 30 years. It gets better every year. I've done 55,000 miles in Europe over the last 20 years. So lots of trouble, usually serious. Lotus doesn't mean that for me. It's fairly reliable.
Brilliant. Thanks a million, Sean.
You're welcome.
Have a good weekend.
Other drivers exercising their classics were Ernest Stewart in a Chrysler Hunter and John Keatley in a beautiful Healy Silverstone. Sometimes the closest battles aren't for a class position or a championship result. It's just about being faster than someone else. For years, John Farrell and Mick O'Shea always push each other on for the best time on scratch in Class 4. But Mick has never caught his friendly rival in a straight fight, until this Sunday in Knockalla.
Where is he?
He's here.
He's hiding.
He's after making the walk down, it must be important.
He must have bet somewhere.
Retired.
Tough man.
Pitched indeed.
How is that?
A beach and scratch.
I am on your back here.
Smile for the camera there.
She's out sometime.
It was great to see Declan Cundlin back behind the wheel of his Class 2 Escort on Saturday. Winning the class and introducing Adrian Cahill to hill climbing. Double driving this very competitive Mark II. He was an impressive second on his debut hill. Tony Banville got maximum points both days and the class win on Sunday to maintain his lead in the championship. Derek McGuinness had an ordeal just to get to Knockalla, but a network of hill climbers spanning the country got him on the road again.
Heading down towards the evening and the wheel bearing locked up and really burned out on the camper. It's just short of Sligo town, so I got on to Gary Graham, who works with me, and see could he do it, and he just recommends to put it onto the Facebook page of the hill climbers and they'll help you out. Which is they did, they all rallied around in fairness, and smashing bunch of people I have to say. And the next day Gary Egan came down and towed the trailer in for me, got the camper into a garage in Sligo, and I had to organise a part in Wicklow and got that delivered to Dermot Nolan on the next road, and he brought it down to me in the garage yesterday evening. So yeah, we got into Milford about 1:30 this morning, got to the hill, and it was all credit to all the hill climbers, to be honest. Like, they were all on Facebook and giving me numbers and advice and everything. So
what kind of spec Peugeot? Yeah, it's exactly 1.6 if it's in Class 2,
it's
yeah?
completely showroom. The engine is basic, completely standard engine, standard box, standard differential. It's a It's a 205 with a cage and a harness in it. That's really all it is. 1.6.
Is this your first year doing hill climbs?
First year hill climbing now. I was rallying years ago. Gave it up about 25 years now to see. Come back this year. Great crack. Great people, yeah. So it'll be tight for Wexford. It'll be really tight at the end of it, you know. So that's what it's all about, a bit of crack.
You've a bit of a championship battle going on there as well.
Tony Vanderbilt and Gary and myself.
Yeah.
So, that's why I'm up here to get the bikes. Gary couldn't make it.
There's quite a few stories like that around the paddock today, actually. Yeah.
So that's all. It'll all be sorted out in Wexford now. We'll be a bit of crack.
It's worth the trip. Derek moved ahead of Gary Graham into second place in the class championship. Drop scores, however, mean it's all to play for them in Wexford. Deirdre McKinley continues to close on Della O'Reilly's second place in Class 1A, continuing her string of maximum point scores in her Swift engine Nova in Donegal. Third place points kept Della in second in her Cinquecento. Does Emmett Dunn know that Paddy Bateman is driving his car like this? Paddy caught Deirdre on Sunday, but isn't championship registered. Emmett Dunn holds on to first in the class with the Honda Civic. Things were getting serious in the Cento Challenge here, with the possibility of Aidan Courtney wrapping up the championship already.
Serious business already. Practice run.
Yeah, it's a practice championship.
And what's the story already?
Aidan's out in front, then it's Neil Bradbury, myself, Gary, and then Billy White. So I think we all lifted in the chicane bar, Aidan, so hopefully it'll all change next run. Yeah.
Did you not?
No, that chicane's flat.
Very
totally
good.
flat. And remember, Gary, flat.
Neil and Aidan explained how the McAleer timesheets work.
On the lower section, but I have flats with the chicane.
And they go 64 foot, then the lower section, that's up to just before
the hairpin. Yeah.
And then the mid section is just before Will Hare's, I think.
So theoretically you could work out where you were good in each run and try and stitch together
Exactly. Donegal's brilliant like that.
a plan for the best run.
Young Courtney was looking happy after the second run. Neil gave us the news.
Neil, how are things?
Not so bad.
Nice glasses.
Yeah, they're my lucky pink glasses.
How's it going today?
Slight improvement there.
Yeah?
Did a 56.59. Hit a cone on the run before that.
Right.
Aidan and Gary are still ahead of me though. Aidan did a 55.99. So.
Aidan's leading at the moment.
Yeah, he's leading by. Well, he's ahead of me by 0.59. Gary by 0.55. Well, 0.56 actually. So yeah, it's getting tight again.
Where's Billy?
Billy hit a cone on the last run.
Aidan seems to be already thinking of graduating from the Centos.
Well done. You're giving this a try now, are you?
No, I just said I'd bring it for a spin down the hill just to see what
Very
it
good.
feels like.
You're leading the Centos.
Yeah.
Good man.
You never know, we might see change next year.
A fabulous time breaking the 56-second barrier on run 3 had the opposition rattled. We found Gary Egan quietly adjusting his cam timing in the quest for a bit more go.
Like a doctor or... Oh right, your belt's not on. What's the margin?
0.46. Or maybe less actually, it's 0.2.
Have you worked out how this works out over the championship?
No, not yet.
It's nearly impossible, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Winning's better though.
It's fantastic how this level of competition is making the guys so sensitive to the handling of their cars. Aidan spoke about some adjustments on Sunday.
Morning, Aidan.
Sam,
How are you doing?
not so bad now.
More development work this morning?
Patching up a bit of leaky air intake here. Gorilla tape.
Oh, I see, yeah.
The only stuff in the job, I think. I was
really quick decision to put this pipe on before it came up, so last minute change. Thinking of taking off the anti-roll bar today for the wet, yeah. Just so it'll flex around a bit more and maybe give me a bit more turn-in speed, hopefully in the wet. And if it dries up, I'll probably stick it back on again.
You were the Cento winner yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully I can repeat it again today now.
Neil was doing some development work to his airbox ahead of day 2.
New pipe.
How far were you off Aiden's pace yesterday?
Oh, I can't remember offhand, just like half a second though.
Yeah.
Let's see, or was it half? Yeah, I think it was. Was it half a second, Aiden? Yeah. Yeah, half a second.
That's what you're looking for here right now.
Basically.
Yeah.
Well, in the wet now. Might change things.
You'll be definitely different today.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see. It's the beauty of these cars, I suppose, and the drivers. Just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But it keeps it interesting.
It's impressive how much you're tweaking suspensions and stuff like that. Like it's.
Yeah, Billy was changing the springs there this morning.
Yeah.
Just try and balance the car out a bit. But see how it goes. Hopefully he'll be on the pace today now. A bit more competition.
It must be training you to be very sensitive to the cars and actually understanding what tweaks change them one way or the other.
I suppose it does, yeah. But you just have to try different things and see how it goes. Flying by the seat of your pants.
Billy doesn't believe in going into battle on an empty stomach. You changed the spring today, Billy, did you?
Just one. Put the good spring back in it.
Ah. You were trying different tyre pressures all around and everything yesterday, were you?
Oh, I was trying everything. Anything I could think of I was trying.
Well, at least everyone's on a controlled breakfast.
Yeah, that's it.
That's very important,
Control
you know.
tires, control cars, control breakfast.
Damien Walsh was also tweaking his Cento.
Back north.
Gary was fastest in the practice run Sunday, but Aidan was back out in front from run 1. The guys are so aware of their pace that they knew, even with a run to go, that it was over. Aidan Courtney, it's been a good weekend for you. You actually, I think Gary got ahead of you after run 2 there, is that right?
Yeah, well, we're double driving myself and Joe, so I'm not sure there could have been a mix up with times there, but he's after putting in a good time there. He's only 0.2 of a second off me there now, so Joe is he's about half a second or more off, I think.
Gary has responded, he is tightening it up.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, definitely is. He's closing in, but I don't know, that could be it now for this weekend. So I have another two wins in the bag this weekend, so it's looking pretty good for the championship.
It was another great weekend sport in Donegal, and at the end of the day, all that was left to be decided was who had the last laugh.
Like, the reason that you've only got 4 run today, there's one problem of one competitor a few times today, and I would just like to get him up here because he has a serious problem when he goes to the line to start racing. Dermot Nolan, please come up here. Dermot Nolan, do you want me to go down and get you? Right, stand there now and face your competitors, fellow competitors. Come on, out of it. Look, seeing that you run out of the makeup and the mascara and the line today when you get in the suit on you, look, we just want to hand you this here. Tomorrow, like, try and get yourself ready before you come to the line with you.
They're obviously yours, are they?